White lips, pale face, breathing in snow.
I'm feeling good at the moment, yeah. The tour in England has just started. We've just come back from 6 weeks in America and yeah, just rolling on.
Days end, struggling to pay rent.
Big break for me was I did an online video with SBTV and doing that, I was able to work with a lot of underground artists that I was really into and create an EP that got a lot of love, sold quite a bit independently, and then yeah, ended up signing a deal from there. And it also kind of allowed an artist like Example to kind of take note of me and take me on tour, and that helped my fan base and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the kind of first video that kicked things off. Before that, I was kind of running around like a headless chicken, doing everything, like playing any gig I could and recording just randomly and just releasing stuff. But as soon as I had that focus of where I needed to be and how to get there, that's when it all started coming into place.
Cold outside for angels to fly.
I think the pressure from being successful so early on in the career doesn't come from me. I don't really put pressure on myself in that sense. I think the pressure comes from other people, and people, like, the industry is all stats and figures and egos and people wanting to kind of like, it's just a kind of dick measuring contest, to be honest, with labels. So labels want to be able to say, we've got this act that sold this amount and won this, and when the next record comes along, they've got to make sure that, you know, their dick measures up properly, I guess, is the sense. But from artists, if you just remain doing what you're doing, like I made the album. The album is pretty much all demos. I didn't make the album in a big studio. It took like a month to make. There wasn't a massive pressure on it when I made it then. So if I make sure I'm in the same mindset for the second album, hopefully that will, you know, do the same thing. But yeah, I always maintain that everything that I release, I'm completely happy with it, and that's exactly what I wanted to release. For instance, every single bad review I got on the album, obviously, like, it hurt, but I didn't really take it that much to heart, because I was like, well, this is exactly what I wanted to do, so people may not like it and people might like it, but had I made something that I didn't like and people took a shot at it, I think that would hurt a lot more. So yeah, I'd say pressure-wise on the next album, if I just make sure I'm happy, if it sells, then great, and if it doesn't, I know I've done exactly what I wanted to do.
Hoping for a better life. This time now will.
Taylor is a very, very amazing person. We have quite a lot in common, both kind of musically and personally. So we kind of instantly clicked, and I usually find it hard to write songs with people straight away. But literally, I turned up to the hotel room where she was, and we sat down and wrote 2 songs in the space of about 2 hours. And then went back to LA to her house, wrote another song on a trampoline in about 20 minutes, and then the next day recorded it. And her in the studio is, yeah, it's very interesting to watch. It's not the kind of big Hollywood studio that you'd expect. It's a room probably about half the size of this one. The vocal booth there's just a vocal mic in the studio, and she'll literally kind of, you know, listen to the tune, go and vocal it. I think she pretty much did it in one take, and then went back and did ad-libs and stuff. So yeah, she's a consummate professional.
Fly for angels to fly.
I speak to Jessie a lot, yeah. So I don't know when the collaboration is going to happen, but I'm pretty sure it will. I'd like for it not to sound like anything that I do. I think it would be good, because it's her song, that it kind of leans a bit more towards the kind of Jessie J sound.
Outside for angels to fly.
The title of the album will be similar to the last album. Yeah, that's all I'm saying on that. I haven't worked out which mathematical kind of logo I'm going to use for that, but yeah, we'll see. Titles of songs. I've got a song called Photograph that I really like. That's my favourite one out of them at the moment. Yeah, producer-wise, I haven't a clue. I'm going to start off most of it with Jake, who's the guy I did the last album with, and then yeah, see where it goes from there.
She's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream.
What's important in a relationship? A sense of humour. Yeah, I think if you don't have a sense of humour, we might fight a bit, and I don't usually fight. I'm quite a placid guy, so it would be a bit idiotic to kind of look for a really stable relationship at this point in time, because I'm not stable myself. Not mentally, like I'm I'm good, but no, I mean, like, you know, I'm here, there, and everywhere. I'm in different countries every day, so it's wouldn't be wise to try and hold down a relationship.
It's too cold cold outside. For
I think it depends what sort of artist you are. Adele doesn't necessarily have to tweet or do YouTube videos. Adele just makes radio bangers. She is an amazing singer, an amazing songwriter, and that sells on its own. And I think I have to show a bit more of my personality and keep consistency up with kind of the public and not disappear. I rely so much on my phone and internet, and my career and its build has relied so much on YouTube and iTunes and Twitter and all of this stuff. And I get asked the question a lot, like, what would it be would you still be big if you came out in the 60s? And I genuinely think I wouldn't have been. I remember going to labels before I had any internet buzz or anything, and all of them said no, and it's not marketable, and the songs aren't good enough. And back in the day, there would be no internet buzz, so it would just be it's unmarketable and the songs aren't good enough, so I'd be kind of fucked from that point of view. So yeah, we do rely a lot on the internet, and yeah, I'm glad I live in this generation, because it gave me a chance.
for angels to fly, to fly, to fly, or angels to die.